Online people, can you hear me? Okay. So guys, yesterday we people finished our parts or concept, how JSON communicate with Java, how Java communicate with the JSON, their code. To convert Java to JSON, we have write value method. To convert JSON to Java, we have read value method. Okay. And to do all this drama, we have a jar called as Jackson. We have a library called as Jackson. Okay. So that Jackson library we have to go. Okay. Now, guys, now after this, so online people, any confusion up to this? Can you see me? Sapan, see me or show me? Adding jars is nothing, Sapan. Just go to pom.xml and add. And unfortunately, today I can't show you because that project is not there with me now. That is in different system, and now I am taking session in different system. Okay. If you have any query, come to the institute. We will resolve. Okay. So now, guys, we will start it. Now we will start our next thing is that is okay. So guys, we will take, so just analyze our flow, guys, what we have covered. First we cover web server. Okay, how URL generate, URI generate, application generate, looks, everything. Then we understand web service language, how JSON language looks, their structure, look and feel, syntax, data types, everything. How their conversion happens, that also we finish. So today we can happily start our request and response. Okay. In, by the way, from yesterday, from not yesterday, from last week, when we start our API session, from starting we are speaking, we are sending request, getting response, sending request, getting response. Now we have to understand what exactly request means, what it is carrying, and what exactly response means, what it is present. Okay, in a response. So guys, now see, let's say we have from one end we will send request, from another end we will send response. Okay. So now guys, observe here carefully. Whenever we are sending the request, here request is present. Okay. So can we say, guys, from this end means I am sending request, means can I say this is my request which is going inside another server. Okay. So and obviously from this end we will get response. Okay. So here we will say response. Okay. But this is our total request. Now say, guys, every request is divided into two parts. Okay. Divided into how many parts, guys? Two parts. Okay. So let's say this is the partition. This upper part of request is called as, okay, this upper part of request is called as request header. It's called as what? Request header. Okay. And this part of a request is called as request body. Are you getting my point? Okay. So every request have how many things? Two things. One, request header, and second, request body. This request body is also called as payload. What it will called as payload. So either you can use any terminology, okay, but mostly guys in a industry point of view, company point of view, they will mostly prefer this word payload. Okay, but technically it is a body. So okay, so now we have request body or payload and request header. So we have two parts in every request. So now what header part contains? Guys, header part covers three things. Number one, it contains what? URI. Okay, because our API should aware hey boss which URI I am hitting, one which feature I am accessing. So first one is URI. Second one which present in a header, that is HTTP method. Okay. And third thing present in a header, that is content type. Okay. So if you ask me guys, technically headers means there are around 10 to 11 items are here. How many items? 10 to 11. But out of those, only these three are there which comes under consideration. Rest thing, remaining thing, we will never have any concern. Okay. So we have URI, HTTP method, content type in a header. Now in a body, okay, we have we can say payload data. What we will have here? Payload data means whatever data we are transferring. Okay. So this is complete request. Okay. So guys, here we can say request parameters. This is our heading, and here we can say every request is divided into two parts. Okay, that is header and body. Okay, so in this there are 4 IMP parameters, okay, present in request. Okay, present in request. Those are what? These 3 in request header and this one in request body. Okay, so here we will say those are first URI, second HTTP method, third content type, and then in a body we have payload data. Guys, note down this. As soon as done, let me know.
So guys, now see, we will proceed with the first parameter. Okay, first parameter, that is our URI. So guys, I guess what is URL and what is URI, that I already told to you. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. The difference also we are aware. URL, located server, unified resource locator. URI, in a server, identify particular resource. So that is nothing but URI. So now, guys, wait, let me increase its dimensions. Okay, so now guys, first thing we will start with URI. So pay attention carefully. So here, first parameter is URI. Okay. So it stands for what? Unified Resource Identifier. Okay. So it's always used to access a particular feature present in a server. Okay, used to access a particular feature present in a server. So guys, now see, here we will say, now we have to understand syntax and look and feel of URI. Okay, so let's understand guys, syntax of URI. Okay, so for that we will go to Google. See guys, let's assume I am opening our evergreen website google.com. Okay, now here let's assume guys, in a google.com I am searching for IPL. Assume I am searching for IPL. Guys, can you check URI is changing?
Yes.
Okay, and just try to observe the URI from this point. Okay, so in short guys, this is our URI. This is our URI. Any confusion up to this? Okay, so guys, now try to understand how this URI structure is divided. Okay, so first thing is this HTTPS. Okay, can you see this HTTPS?
Yes.
So guys, can we say this HTTPS is nothing but protocol?
Yes.
Correct? It is nothing but what? Protocol. Okay. So it is protocol. Then whatever you are seeing from this www.google.com and something, okay, this is nothing but server or domain name. What is this? Server name or domain name. Okay. Then can I say in a google.com, in a google.com, can I say there is a feature called as search? Now I guess you are understanding URI syntax, correct guys? So this is search. So this is nothing but resource path to reach that resource. Okay. So what is this guys? Resource path. Okay. And after resource path, whatever you are able to see here, like question mark and Q equals to IPL, this is nothing but called as query string. What it will call as, guys? Query string. Okay, from question mark. Always remember, from question mark, after that, whatever the things are there, that is nothing but query string. From domain name till question mark, whatever is there, that is resource path. Then from after protocol, whatever thing is there, that is server name. And first thing you have to always start with protocol. Now in this, as this is a URI available on a web, that's the reason we are not having port number. But if any URI or API or feature is running as a local host, then we will have its port number.
Yes.
So local host is a domain name. Port number is their unique number where we get running in our local machine. Are you clear up to this? Online people? Online people, clear up to this? Okay. So now guys, observe here. Let's start with first thing, that is protocol. Okay. So now guys, can you tell me what is protocol? What do you mean by protocol?
Whether the site is secure or not secure.
No. Protocol.
Set of rules we want to follow.
Set of rules which we have to follow. Okay.
Let's study in engineering. Let's study. These are the protocol, types of protocol.
Where?
In engineering.
In engineering. Ah. Okay. Okay. So, guys, let me give you one example. Okay. One of the best examples. Let's assume two friends are there who went for an interview. Okay. Went for an interview. Now, that was an open interview, so anyone can come. So, with those two friends, let's say one beautiful girl also came to attend that interview. Okay. Now, from these two friends, one person like that girl, okay, he wants to start interaction with that girl. Okay, somehow try to do conversation. Okay, but later he realized, boss, she knows only Kannada.
Okay.
Apart from Kannada, she don't know any other language. Then this side, this fellow knows only Hindi. This fellow don't know Kannada. Then how they will start conversation? Then that friend come in middle. That friend is that person who knows Hindi also, who knows Kannada also. So can those people interact with each other through that friend?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Online people, what is your opinion on this? Online people, what is your opinion on this? Exactly, Praveen. Okay, I guess you have this real-time experience. Okay, definitely we will never go with the help of friend. Maybe chances are there he will translate something else over there. His card will get cut off and he only make a jack over this.
Possible. Yes or no, Sapan? Okay. So surely we cannot rely on mediator. Okay. By chance, if mediator goes wrong, okay, whole case will turn. Then he will say, okay, she don't like you, she like me only. Matter close there only. Okay. So that's the reason. Yes, Sapan, breakup will happen. Yes. Yeah. So that's the reason there is slogan na. हर एक ट्रेंड कमी ना होता है. Okay, here that slogan applicable 100%. Okay. So now to resolve this situation. Okay, what those people will do? Okay, what that guy will do? Okay, she knows Kannada. I don't know. I know Hindi that she don't know. Now to make a communication, one thing, either I should learn Kannada or she should learn Hindi. Or else, if two particles are there, participants are there, they want a communication, but they don't have any something, then can they pick a common language, which known by girl also, which known by guy also, that is English. They cannot communicate in Hindi and Kannada, but can they communicate in English? Now, when you tell me one thing, when we have a trouble of Hindi and Kannada, so what is the problem? If next person speaking in Hindi having some rules, regulation, protocol, that thing will not understand by that girl. That girl will speak Kannada. That language again have some different rules, syntax, protocols, meanings that this person not able to decode, understand. That's the reason they pick a common language which known by both the person. Now, can I say they are have following the common protocol now?
Yes.
Am I right? They are following common protocol. Okay, that is English. You also know English. That will also know English. Now here friend job is over. Okay. Online paper clear on this? That was a climax in a story. Okay. So now, guys, so in short, can I say protocol means whenever two applications, okay, or two servers, or any two things are want to communicate with each other, they should have common protocol or different protocol?
Common protocol.
Common. And now in other words, can I say whatever the answer you said, it is nothing but one kind of set of rules, regulation, which established in between two applications. That means that's one of the agreement. Hey boss, I will follow this, you also follow this, and then we will do interaction. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, guys, protocol means can I say it's nothing but a rules and regulations set for two different applications which want to be communicate with each other. Okay, which want to be communicate with each other. Okay. So here we can say basically it's a agreement between two applications. Okay. So can we say, guys, without protocol, two applications never communicate with each other? Okay, never communicate with each other. Now, guys, nowadays
Okay, for applications, two protocols are very much popular. Very much popular. Okay. Basically, there are many protocols. If you want to communicate with a mail, then they are having SMTP protocol. Okay. If you want to communicate with the files, then they are having file transfer protocol. Okay, FTP. Okay. Just like, for example, guys, if you are using ShareIt, Zender, or any other app to transfer the files, they are using FTP protocol. We are communicating, na? They are which protocol? No network, nothing. File transfer protocol. Okay. Let's say you are doing mailing. From one Gmail to another Gmail, you are sending the mail. Obviously, here, no server interactions. You are just communicating with a mail. So that is SMTP protocol. When application to application communicating, then we need HTTP protocol. Okay. So two protocols are very much popular for application. That is first one HTTP, and second one HTTPS. So I hope you are aware about its meaning. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, and this fellow is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure.
Guys, any confusion up to this? Any doubt? Okay. So, which is the next parameter here?
After header.
Here only, after protocol. Server or domain name.
So now, okay, so one thing protocol is done. Which is next thing? Server or domain name. Okay, so guys, now observe here. Server or domain name. Again, let me increase. Okay. So now guys, what is this server and domain name? Okay, pay attention carefully. So server or domain name. Okay. So what do you mean by server or domain name? Means it's a name to access a or to locate a server in a web or over internet. Okay. So nothing but it's a name to locate a particular server. It is a name to locate a particular server along a network. Or web. Okay. Then guys, one thing is basically server name can be a domain name or computer name or IP address of computer or what? IP address of computer. Means whatever you are using now, Flipkart.com, Amazon.com, Google.com. What is this Google, Flipkart, Amazon? These are the computer names or domain names for that server. They purchase a domain.
Okay.
Okay, they register, they have a patent. Boss, apart from me, no one can use my name, Flipkart. Apart from me, no one can use my name, Amazon. Okay, so they purchase a domain. So that become a domain. Or else that can be what? Computer name. Or else that can be what? IP address. Okay. So guys, I can show you one example. See, first example. Okay. So it can be what? Computer name or domain name. Okay. For example, say here, guys, google.com. Can I say this is a computer name or domain name? Yes or no?
Yes.
www.google.com. Okay, this is one. One thing, if you know IP address of Google, then still you can access this.
Yes.
So let's cross check how to get IP address of Google. Okay. So guys, second thing is it can be IP address of any computer. See, just like any computer or application, we can say. Not application. We can say it can be IP address of any server. Okay. So now guys, let's say google.com we are having. For that, go to command prompt, guys. Okay. In a command prompt, there is one command called as ping. What you need to do? Ping. And boss, you need to ping google.com. As soon as you will ping google.com, it will give you some reading. Okay. If you are getting this reading, that means google.com is alive. That server is on over internet with this IP address. What is the IP address? 142.250.195.46. Copy this. Open here. See, I am going in new tab. Paste IP address. This IP address belongs to whom?
Google.
This IP address belongs to whom? Google. Okay. Now, similarly, if you want IP address of Facebook, okay. So let's say you want to locate Facebook. So what you need to do now? Ping facebook.com plus. So ping facebook.com. Okay. So can you able to see? Okay, that means Facebook is a on server over internet, and right now currently running with which IP address? 157.242.192.3.5. Copy this IP address, guys. Okay, give here that IP address 157. Now this IP belongs to whom?
Facebook.
So, are you okay? Fine. So guys, are you clear on this? Any domain name, it can be a computer name or domain name, or it can be a IP address of any server. Okay. So, to get IP address of any server or application, we have to use command called as ping. Is my point clear? Okay. So, for example, we will say ping facebook.com. Okay. And as soon as you will ping facebook.com, you will get some runtime readings, and that reading something starts like this. Is my point clear? So this, whatever the number you have in a bracket, what is this? IP address of Facebook at a runtime in this moment. Okay. So now guys, here, so it can be a domain name just like google.com. It can be any server. It can be a computer name also, guys. Now let me show you one thing. Did you configure Apache Tomcat?
Yes.
Okay. So
Changing for that I did. The change only. Then after that I didn't do it.
okay. So guys, let me open Tomcat. Where is Tomcat?
Selenium batch inside.
Hola. So
First.
go to Apache Tomcat. Go here, bin startup. Okay. So let's start the server, guys. Server is up and running. So go to the browser. Now here we will say localhost. Okay, colon 8060. Okay. Is it able to access? Okay. Now guys, localhost is a most common word, generic word used for any application to access locally. So even though that application don't have any domain name, don't have any server name, don't have anything, still you can access that. Just use the word called as what? Localhost. And then you have to mention port number and what port number it is running. Okay. So here we can say, guys, third point, default name for any app on what? Local server. Okay, that is what? Localhost. In short, I'll just copy this. That is localhost. Okay. Now guys, see this localhost. So let me open some application here. Maybe I guess here you have some web apps. So go here, web apps, static date. Okay guys, and we have static date. So static date / static date. Wow. So now here / static date / static date .html. Okay. So guys, this is the static resource we are accessing. So nothing but, can I say this is the total URL? Okay. So we will remove this also. We will give this. This is the URL. Now accessing to localhost. Now this localhost, can I say it can be a IP address of the system? Because domain name can be a IP address. Am I right? Online people, are you understanding? Okay. So localhost can be a IP address of system. Okay. And guys, How to get IP address of current system? Always remember there is a command, guys, ipconfig. What is the command? ipconfig. So as soon as you will hit this, you will get your IP4 address. So here, okay, IP address, this one. Okay, see, first one. So what is your IP address? 192.168.64.1. Copy this. Come here. Rather than localhost, okay, rather than localhost, I am removing localhost. Now I will give what? IP address. Is it working? Yes, no.
Yes, yes.
So rather, it's not compulsory to use localhost name only. Okay, we can use what? IP address also. Okay, so this is also possible. Guys, are you clear? Are you clear? Okay. ipconfig is a command to get IP address of system. Okay. Now, fifth one is guys, now see, localhost can be IP address of system. Localhost can be a computer name. Okay. Now again observe something very interesting. Come here. So can you able to see that this is the current system what I am having now?
Yes.
Okay. Right click on this PC. Go to properties. You are aware of this. Can you see a computer name?
Yes.
Can you see computer name? Desktop this. You can change this name. If you go, you can give your name Anushruti. So my computer name is Anushruti, something like that.
Okay.
So whatever computer name you are giving, copy this name. I guess it's not copy from this. So what the computer name here? Desktop. So I guess desktop hyphen JQ3FAIC. JQ3 FAIC. Okay. So rather than using something else, okay, either it can be localhost, either it can be IP address, or it can be name of a system. Is it working? Okay. So if here this name she gives something else like Google, so it will become Google 8060/static. So whatever name you are giving, that will become a server name, computer name. Okay. Guys, is everyone clear on this? Okay. So, guys, this is all about what? Server name or domain name. Are you clear on second part here? First is protocol, second is server or domain. Now after this, what is the third thing we are having?
Resource path.
Resource path. So guys, now let's take subheading as resource path. Resource path. Okay. So nothing but guys, it's a particular path to access a required web resource required web resource present in a server. Present in a server. And another thing is, it starts from server name till question mark. Is everyone clear on this? From server name till question mark, whatever things are there, that is nothing but resource path. Okay. So, and his meaning is used to access particular path to, it's a particular path to access the required web resources. Okay. Now, next thing is, what was that? Query string. So guys, now pay attention. Query string, what it means. So, Google. What feature Google is having? Search. Just remember this URL. Correct? Remember this URL. Google having a feature called as search. In a search, you can search anything. No?
Yes.
You can search education, you can search IPL, you can search Sachin Tendulkar, you can search Osama bin Laden, you can search anyone.
Yes.
So that means, can I say search is a feature? And in a search, there are many modules, many segregation is there exactly which you want to search. That means here query string means search a required data from a resource. Search is a resource. In that resource, you don't want all data. You want data related to IPL. So that is nothing but search. Okay. So query string, guys, it's a parameter which provide required information from web resource. From what? Web resource. And guys, to be honest, this query string you will understand neatly when I will show this practically in a API. Okay, at that time you will get clarity. Right now, this high level theory idea is enough. So guys, any confusion up to this? Online paper, any confusion up to this? Okay, note down.
आप ब्रेकफास्ट कहाँ टेंशन नहीं तो इसे पीरा टेंशन नहीं तो आगे बेटा को तेरे ना हो ये आप टेंशन नहीं ना दोनों में के इंक्रीज आप स्किल लगा
Guys, should I scroll down? Online people, done with the copy? Sapan, nothing is there. Sapan to scroll now. Okay, it's the end there only. Okay. So now guys, here we finish first parameter of request. What is that?
URI.
URI. Now what is the second request parameter?
HTTP method. HTTP.
HTTP method. Okay. So guys, now we will take nothing but in our language big brand heading HTTP methods. Okay. So guys, these HTTP methods are okay. Means to be honest, in a request parameter HTTP methods, in a response parameter there is one parameter is there. Okay. If we finish these two parameters, 80% API testing finish here. This is 40%, that is 40%. Okay, if you know this. So what this HTTP method is doing, okay, guys, now I'm just saying you one example. Let's say I will send one request to the server. Now that request performs some task in a server or not?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Now you tell me, request should know or not what is the job inside the server for that request.
What is the purpose?
Okay, when I am sending the request, for which purpose it is? Just like, okay, I am saying one example. Let's say I will send one person to lab. Just go in lab. That fellow will not ask me because I'll go in lab. But in that, what I should do? Okay, then I should say some task. Hey boss, go in a lab and bring something. Okay, so that bring something, that is nothing but its task. That only described by HTTP method. Now you tell me, can you send any request without telling what its job?
No.
No, never. Similarly, that what is the job of request is decided by HTTP method. So that's the reason, guys, it is compulsory parameter in request. Means without URI and without HTTP method, request never gets sent. Are you clear?
Yes.
Online people? Okay. So here we will say it's a compulsory. Problem is L only, I guess. It's compulsory parameter in request header. Okay. HTTP methods decides what job needs to be done by request in a server. Are you getting the point? Everyone? HTTP method decides what job needs to be done by request in a server. Okay. So then we can say, guys, without HTTP method, we can't send any request to server. Okay, any request to server. Now guys, now how many HTTP methods are there? Okay, so guys, there are following HTTP methods. Number 1, GET. Number 2, POST. Number 3, PUT. Number 4, PATCH. Number 5, DELETE. Okay.
Okay.
Number 6, head. Number 7, trace. Number 8, options. Okay. So total means in our API business or any application business, how many HTTP methods are there? 8. Get, post, put, patch, delete, head, trace, options. Now you will think, sir, why I
And
give
there is a
one
space.
gap? Okay. Guys, head, trace, options. These HTTP methods never become a part of API testing. These are used by developers. Never means I am 201% sure in API testing we will never ever go for head trace options. It is exist, we just aware the name. For the name sake, I am giving. Okay. So as a API tester, we have a business with how many? First, 5. What are those? Get, post, put, patch, delete. Okay. So here we can say for testers. And here we can say this is for developers. So guys, now can I say we have to understand this get, post, put, patch, delete? Okay, what is in API testing? Okay, first note down after this. Guys, done with the copy? Okay. So now guys, rest of the part we will continue tomorrow. Complete description of what is this get, post, put, patch, delete. Okay. Mostly after that, tomorrow we will finish response parameters also. So once request and response parameters are done, then we will go for setup of API. Okay. So how API looks, how to access, and how we can proceed with the testing. Okay. So fine guys, see you tomorrow, everyone. Anirudh, that I can give you, okay, I'll give you separately, okay. That never become a part of our testing point of view, okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay, fine guys. See you tomorrow.